Good afternoon. Had good lunch today? Okay, good. So you have challenged me today, immediately inviting me after lunch, right? To keep active, as our coordinator mentioned initially. Let me that to try that, right? So you support me for that? Very good. Thank you so much. Uh, I'm very sure I have been traveling to several universities in India as well as in the industry. Uh, and this is my 29th talk in last 18 months on AI. And globally, this is a 523rd talk, which includes India as well. And this subject has lot of interest generated amongst the youngsters, and I could see it today, your presence, the hall is jam-packed from that perspective. And I appreciate the way in which you feel to understand whole subject. Usually, I take about 2 hours minimum to talk on this, but because of time constraints from the organizer, I'm going to stop at 45 minutes. Immediately, I have to rush to the airport. Okay. If anyone has any queries, questions, you can always write to me separately. So, from that perspective, and some of the universities I have seen have started the extra courses on AI, and I have been talking to them to form a syllabus also on this subject. So it is very interesting and heartening to know how our youngsters are picking up whole thing with via your own universities and activities which you are coordinating. Hello, yeah. So let me start the subject keeping in mind the current scenario in the industry. It has been requested to me that I should speak on actual applications in the industry uh, in various departments. So I'm going to focus more on technical areas of the industry and less on marketing. I'm not a marketing person, but pure technical person. But subsequent speakers, as well as our AI expert from UK, he is also here. He can share his expertise on that area whenever there is opportunity for students to understand or participants. So this is as usual disclaimer I have. Certain things are copyright, and my request to all of you is uh, use that on your own responsibility. I'm sure you are aware of US FDA. They have been constantly encouraging industry to come up with the latest technologies. They would always like industry to lead their development process, manufacturing process from the perspective of manufacturing, developing and manufacturing at the products, keeping in mind patient-centric approach. All the time, work for patients, not only from business perspective. So the whole focus of whole AI implementation in pharma industry is going to take us from patient-centric approach in product development and manufacturing. From that perspective, there is a document issued by US FDA which has given a few technologies in their document. This document is in public domain, you can always access it. Continuous manufacturing. Our generic companies are picking up very fast, continuous manufacturing. And I was lucky to have met the inventor of this technology, continuous manufacturing, Dr. Alan Myerson in US. And lot of data he shared with me at a personal level, which was open information, not the secret, because he was handling Novartis product, Novartis technology. Uh, when they paid them $50 million for this technology, and he came out in 2015, first product into the market at the continuous manufacturing. And other day, I will speak a lot on this continuous manufacturing. Another technology which is now getting more popular is 3D printing, and you are very much aware of that. And the third is AI, artificial intelligence. There are certain documents issued by regulatory agencies for our information. Those are discussion papers, not yet the guidelines. The guidelines are in the preparation, and these discussion papers have been circulated showing the interest of this artificial intelligence software as a medical device. They are treating AI software as a medical device activity from monitoring purpose. And so even you also have come out with an act which is still under development, but they have floated a document that EU EMA Act for Artificial Intelligence, and the reflection paper on artificial intelligence to be used for medical products and the devices. So these are very good documents, and it gives a lot of information to us. Friends, I am sure that you are aware of ISPE, right? Yes or no? No? That is an international organization, right, for science and pharmaceutical engineering, ISPE. And they are really coming out beautiful, all technical documents, keeping in mind pharmaceutical industry's requirement. And they are issuing these guidelines on behalf of ISPE themselves, where several ex-FDA and European inspectors are also joined them to support this activity. So they had issued this whole document on Pharma 4.0, which is a part of Industry 4.0. And I have seen Industry 3.0 transformation to Industry 4.0, 3.0 to 4.0. And now in another decade's time, we are going to change from Pharma 4.0 to Pharma 5.0. Remember? So industry revolution is now going with a very high speed than earlier days. So we don't want to remain behind in India. And I am proud to say, and I always mention in all my talks wherever I go, that we take pride in our country, in our IT industry. And what we are here today at this stage of technology is because of Indian IT support, strong support. So though people say that it was earlier IT, today it is PT, tomorrow it is BT, but IT is going to continue throughout in next at least 5 decades till newer technology comes up more and more. So this Pharma 4.0 document, which has been issued by ISPE, talks of automations. It talks of predictive activity. You see this? Predictive activity, which is the most important part of artificial intelligence. Predictive analytics is playing a major role in time to come. Several organizations have started implementing globally as well as in generic companies in India as well. Some of those I am going to show you on my one of the slides who are implementing and what are the applications they are using already. So this is end-to-end vertical or horizontal integration of the systems in the organization, and which is a part of pharmaceutical quality system into the pharma industry. So from that perspective, if you see, the Pharma 4.0 predicts what is likely to go wrong during development and during manufacturing at any stage. And this intimation comes to us in advance. so that you can take corrective measures and save the batches. So you are, because of this predictive analytics, we are predicting also the quality of the batch as it is getting under process, different stages, for addressing all critical process parameters during manufacturing. So predictive analysis is teaching us is in advance how to avoid the problems in the process of every batch, day-to-day activity at a commercial scale. So why we need it in pharma? And there are several issues, there are several pain points the pharma industry has. One is cost, no doubt. Second is the launch of the product getting delayed, not timely to the market. And third is there are several recalls from the market by different companies, which is affecting the availability of the drugs into the market. And majority of these recalls are coming because of the quality issues, and those issues are up to 62% of the recalls are due to quality problems, even today, into the market. Whether it is US market, whether it is European, or now in India, last few years the things are changing fast. And when we talk of drug recalls from the market, irrespective of having very good facilities, premise, maintenance, but still there are recalls even in US market. And the best of the multinational companies. Regularly, these publications are there by US FDA. So what makes the difference is the people. Good people can handle the situation very well to minimize the quality issues. And now for us, a big boon to pharma industry is AI support is coming to ensure that my product development is much faster, almost by 40% less time than the normal, and I can launch the product early to the market. More accurate information, more speedier decision making, as chairman of the day mentioned it in his opening talk. And therefore, now the more focus is going, pharma industry has realized the importance of these, and therefore when you see here on your screen, it is a data driven decision making, as rightly mentioned by Dr. Jaypal Reddy. So more efficient and automated processes and predictive analytics tool for effective quality and process monitoring online for day-to-day activity. Timely launch, of course, cost savings are going to be there tremendously, and that is why the investments are coming in for this. It is one-time investment. The ROI is about 2 to 3 years max, depending on the scope of operations you have, and predictive analytics. So therefore, we are talking of transition to digitalization, from disconnected to decentralized plant to transformative technology, which is the key today requirement to move to your sites or manufacturing operations or R&D operations in a paperless activity. The same concept in marketing and sales as well. And it is also a boon to the marketing and sales to get the feedback from the market with the help of AI, all the data generated. Now, when we talk of data generation, today also millions of data points are generated every day at our site. But we don't know where it is. What we know is from the legal perspective, I want to do the analysis, I want to do in-process check. So all those measurement perspective, the data we know because that is entered manually. It could be ERP system, it could be SAP system. And therefore, now with AI, I am able to track every data point generated at the site. Millions of data points every day are absorbed by AI technology and is trying to conclude and give more accurate decision with all these data generated, which we did not track in the past. So if you see AI application, it is every department AI applications are in use today. Right from uh, supplier monitoring to warehouse to testing to manufacturing and supply chain. Before that, R&D. And it has a tremendous benefit in research and development from the perspective of quick information, quick decision making in development to have a proper and accurate clinical trial data, to recruit faster the volunteers for clinical trial, and it is in a big way it is helping the organization. So even in drug discovery, it has been a tremendous boon. Now I am going to discuss with you one of the molecule which has been developed, one of the antibiotics with the help of artificial intelligence. And it has gone through this kind of drug screening activity with the help of AI, and drug design and drug screening of thousands of molecules at a time, and the AI is giving you complete feedback to us in minimum possible time, because AI can read the data in seconds, which may take us several days or several weeks depending on the volumes. So therefore virtual screening of large number of compounds and to evaluate the structure of novel compounds is the key during the drug discovery area. So this is the antibiotic which I am referring to. This has been published in one of the journals last year only, just 6 months ago, 7 months ago. So you will see this antibiotic where they use deep learning model, part of AI technology, and this drug has been named as Halicin by the company, and this has been identified as it is avoiding the drug resistance, antibiotic resistance in the body, and so it is prevented the development of antibiotic resistance E. coli, while ciprofloxacin did not. If you see the top two, the green circles, it is halicin, and below is the reactions you see on the drug resistance reactions on the normal ciprofloxacin tablet. In clinical research area, we are talking of advanced predictive analytics, remote monitoring of the clinical research activity, and you can communicate directly to your doctors, to your patients, right from selecting the volunteers and ensuring that no hanky-panky is happening, and you get real data, and the volunteers are supposed to feed the data. If they don't feed, we help them to feed the data in our system. So doctors also communicate in this system. They also play a part in this clinical research time, and therefore we get real-time access to the data getting generated, and therefore it is increasing the efficiency of our collecting the e-medical records to reduce the data errors in our clinical trials and research area. So from the benefit perspective, we talk of improving trial quality now. You look at last week I was addressing a talk on data con in Mumbai, where Times of India had invited me as a chief guest to talk on the data and the award ceremony as a jury. So more than 500 companies from India and abroad had participated, who are different categories of the industry, not only IT, not only pharma. And There I was mentioning to them on this data why it is important, as rightly mentioned by our chairman in his preamble talk. So improving trial quality and reducing trial time by almost 50%, imagine. It's a big achievement by the industry as a time saving to develop a new product. And recruiting trial patient in minutes, which was taking more than several weeks and months to recruit for the trial. And reading volumes of the text and data in seconds, as I mentioned to you, which takes several weeks or months also to compile that data. And hence, obviously, cost saving and the speed of activity. In formulation development, interesting, when I was searching on Chairman Sir on this, the publications, I was amazed. Almost 10 years back, these publications are available. And one of them is Indian University from Gujarat, Nadiad University, and they have published this, their students, how artificial neural network is used to develop a product. The same thing is in Turkey. These papers are in public domain. You can always access, you can have full data on that. So in manufacturing, find out QC, get to know QC issues prior to the issues happening. Predict the process bottleneck in advance and proactively suggest the corrective action. This is more interesting now. When we talk of the data collection and when we talk of problems likely to happen in advance, and then the AI technology is telling us what are different solutions available to meet that challenge. And out of that, which is the best one we should go for? Who can tell this? And this technology is saving us time from that perspective to address the issues before issue happens. And therefore, alerts are generated on the system for proper investigation for those batches which are likely to have a quality issues, likely to have, not having. So you are taking corrective measures timely, and therefore identifying anomalies, prioritize compliance risk, and improving the operational efficiencies. In quality assurance, we are already seeing the now AI-enabled LIMS and MES, QMS is already there now. In several companies are implementing it, AI-enabled. Without AI is a different, that almost all companies is having. Now with AI support, using LIMS and QMS having similar kind of proactive approach to handle the issues, and therefore predictive analytics and predictive maintenance. Now look at this, predictive maintenance is another very big advantage to the companies. Today we are doing a lot of calibration, validation, and every day checking everything is okay or not. But the system here with the AI technology, it is telling us that which equipment, even though it is calibrated, validated, likely to fail, and after how many days. This information we get much in advance, and it is suggesting us the measures to correct it, to take the actions from that perspective and avoid the failure of the equipment and minimizing or almost nil downtime of the equipment, thus improving your productivity. Remember, so you are saving the batches, you are saving the time, and therefore when we talk of the, three pillars of automated, even in quality control lab, is automated lab, connected lab, and AI related activities in the laboratory, where each of the equipment are connected to the system and all the data is automatically connected to have a right accurate decision making process automatically. In packaging areas, the checking the product for defects. When we talk of defects online before actual packaging, it has several cameras as well fitted onto the system, and where this robotic system is helping us to detect the defective units online. And similarly, on actual packaging, in carton packaging, it reads the barcode. Everything is done automatically, including manufacturing date, expiry, batch number. Everything has to be very clearly checked, and packaging is extremely fast. It's automatically everything is done. And even you see here on your left lower screen, the warehouse, the chemist shop, they are using now the robotic hands to quickly get the product for dispensing. There are such several other applications. Now here you look here, this is a vial filling machine which is monitored by AI activity. It is in use also in the few companies. Similarly, in quality control lab, robotic hand for doing the microbiological testing as well. On packaging area, you see again robotic hands, unmanned activity with highest accuracy of information, and any defective packaging is there, immediately it is sorted out. So nothing problematic packing goes into the market. There are several Indian companies who are into these, already implementing for AI, ML, and robotic process automation. I am interested to speak more on robotic process automation, but there are several companies globally as well as Indian generic companies like Sun, Cipla, DRL, Lupin, Arbindo, Piramal, and there are almost 30 companies are now using this technology in a phased manner, not totally. So it's a very good sign that our generic companies are leading this to have a faster product development and minimize the quality issues related shortages into the market. Monitoring the quality and paperless plant and robotic process automation. And this robotic process automation is also tremendously beneficial for audit trail in quality control lab. You see, this is 99.9% it is eliminating data integrity issues, for which since the last more than 10 years, our country is suffering badly. Almost every company received a warning letter for data integrity. So this is a big boon for our companies. I have seen some of our companies, I have practically seen it. They are using it for audit trail reviews. Every second there is a review of the data generated. And if there are any doubts, the alerts are generated, people immediately address it, so the issues are solved. So otherwise, normally quality assurance team, it's a big headache to do review of so many pages document or even on system itself. And after all, human, they are likely to make errors also. They might skip also certain things. So even for CAPA, corrective and preventive actions, it is handling whole process of corrective and preventive actions, including the deviation change management at the site. Blockchain is being also used by our companies for a supply chain activity to trace the last user of the product in the market. So whole information is available every seconds to the company and trace it easily. There are several MNCs who are already using it: Sanofi, Bayer, Boehringer, Lilly, Pfizer, GSK, Roche, and list is very big from the perspective of using this AI globally. Robotic process automation, of another biggest advantage, my friends, we have is in a sterile manufacturing, because it is a minimum human intervention. And I am going to show you one extremely good video on this, how this minimum human intervention is taking care of the complete manufacturing to avoid. Anyone would like to talk on that? What will it avoid? Biggest gain of sterile manufacturing AI? Cross contamination. Remember, okay? And of course, there are some other advantages as well. You look, this is one also is a very interesting implementation of the AI technology and different additional tools to that from automation perspective is the HoloLens, and that is generated by the Microsoft. There are few more companies also have come into the market, and which has reduced the cost of HoloLens. And this HoloLens is communicating between user and the expert, maybe at any distance. You can communicate with your problems to the expert, and immediately the expert can tell you the solutions to handle. So it's a very big advantage, my friend. Therefore, the Microsoft, this Dynamic 365, the device is assisting the technicians to communicate without needing at the site of the problem. So you are having faster solutions because of that. And it is also being used now is globally, is worldwide for the training purpose. Now, this video I'm going to show you look from the perspective of how the things are happening in the world and where are we in our generic company.
Las Vegas to present to you. Now, I get invited to do keynotes across the globe, and while it's easy for me to be here in Las Vegas, it isn't always easy for me to travel across the world. And even when I do, I can't always speak the local language. Well, what if neither language nor distance mattered for me to deliver a fantastic keynote? What if technology could help me be anywhere I needed to be and speak any language I wanted? Well, it can. We are bringing together the power of mixed reality and Azure AI services to create a truly game-changing experience. What you're about to see is an exact hologram of me wearing the same outfit that we recently captured at a mixed reality studio. And I don't speak Japanese, but what if I wanted to deliver my keynote in Japanese? Using Azure AI technology, I can translate my English into Japanese and train it to sound exactly like me. The same voice tones, those same inflections. Now we've brought this together, my hologram and Azure AI, to show you what's possible. So first, I'm going to put on my HoloLens 2 here, and then we'll flip in the room to the special camera so you can see exactly what I'm seeing. Let's get started. First, let me introduce you to Mini-Me. There she is, my perfect holograph. And thanks to the power of HoloLens 2, she just floats right with me. I'm literally holding my hologram, so natural. Now she's a little small to do a keynote. So let's get her up so she can do full-size Japanese keynote. Render keynote.
本当に驚くべきことがあります。私たちは最新の複合現実キャプチャ技術を使用し、私のホログラムを作成しています。実在の人物をホログラムとして見たことがあるかもしれませんが、私が実際に日本語を話しているのが新しいのです。私は日本語を話しませんが、私の声とホログラムは完璧な日本語で話しています。これはニューラルテキスト読み上げと呼ばれる最新の人工知能技術、いわゆるニューラル TTS を使用しています。私たちは自分の声の録音を使用し、私の指を聞こえる私自身の個人的な音声署名を作成します。日本語からフランス語、ポルトガル語まで話せます。今、この技術は私たちが働き、遊び、生活する方法に関して、世界中の国境や障壁を取り除くことができると想像してみてください。まさに SF が現実になるところです。
This is mind-blowing technology. And what you just saw was my life-size hologram, my exact replica, rendered here in real time, speaking Japanese with my unique voice signature. To do this, we use mixed reality technology to create my hologram and render it here live. Then we use Azure speech-to-text capability and English transcription to get my speech. Then use Azure Translate to get the speech into Japanese. And finally, applied neural text-to-speech technology so it sounded exactly like me, just speaking Japanese. And the most amazing part? All of these technologies exist today. Now,
You see, she was talking in LA and to the audience in Japan without knowing Japanese language. You see how marvel this technology is. Okay, so from even Corber Pharma is a European company. You can see the implementation of these, some of the examples. Now this one, with the help of HoloLens, this lady in manufacturing is having some problem. She is immediately communicating with the expert to solve the problem, and the problem is solved. The activity continues without any downtime. So it's a tremendous benefit for us in time to come. So even augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality technology is helping us to see the production process virtually. The managers doesn't have to run to the site. They can view everything what is actually going on inside the core areas of the manufacturing, and especially in sterile manufacturing. So the Pharma 4.0, Quality 4.0 and Manufacturing 4.0 all are getting now implemented and has tremendous advantage from various AI related technologies for implementation with the latest technology suggested by FDA, continuous manufacturing, 3D process analytical technology, and etc. So it is also helping us to see the production process virtually. Oh, sorry. So smart manufacturing. So we are moving towards now from continuous manufacturing to smart manufacturing, that is quality by control. Quality control is different. Quality by control, or controlling the process, monitoring the process with the help of QBD, and next step is implementing AI on production lines to ship to the fully automated plants. This one I want to show you just a 3 minutes video on Sanofi. Is the first company in the world who has made this operational, minimum human, fully biopharmaceutical plant.
With increasing advances in medical science and innovation, complex medicines are set to become even more important in improving people's health worldwide. To keep pace with this shift, Sanofi is committed to ensuring our industrial capabilities are as innovative as the drugs in our pipeline. To enable this transformation, a €4.7 billion investment program has been underway over the last 5 years. The factory of the future will be digitally enabled. In the evolution of our plants, we will see the adoption of new connected and intelligent equipment, more sophisticated process technology, and solutions to augment operators with additional capabilities. It will allow us to deploy advanced data analysis solutions to further improve the quality, yields, and reliability of our facilities and optimize our inventories and logistic flow. This plant will produce monoclonal antibodies in single-use fermenters. All production and setup steps data will be documented in real time, resulting in a paperless manufacturing solution with electronic batch records, review and write time release, and real-time process control. Leveraging 3D models from engineering and real-time data during the production process, It will be possible to optimize operations by using a digital twin, mirroring the real plant and enabling simulations of changes. Digital twin technology will also be used to train and prepare operators before the plant has been built. The first stage of the production starts with the upstream process, fermentation and cell amplification. For this, we use single-use bioreactors with disposable bags instead of a culture vessel made from stainless steel. Single-use bioreactors will change the way we operate and organize our facilities with a higher level of flexibility. All bioreactors are equipped with inline sensors to allow multiple measurements of various data and parameters. It creates a fingerprint of the process. Therefore, all procedural irregularities are spotted immediately and rectified to avoid any impact on the product's quality. Once the cells have been produced, the next step is to purify the drug. Again, all the necessary pieces of equipment will be closely monitored by a series of sensors that share information. A standard batch would thus create more than 3 billion data points from over 5,000 parameters for every single batch produced. That's a lot of data. It will all be transported by a reliable and high-speed network and a sophisticated storage and analytics infrastructure. Once the data has been analyzed, employees will be able to access its findings via a number of interactive screens located throughout the plant. Continual monitoring of data allows for a better understanding of the complexities of the production process. The ambition for Sanofi is to create a fully fledged and disruptive biotechnology sector, answering the demand for customized and high-quality products. A patient-oriented, flexible, digital and sustainable ecosystem. This is Sanofi's vision for its factory of the future.
So even Pfizer has completed their construction of their new facility, which is totally digital, totally robotics for sterile manufacturing, and it is going to be operational next year in USA. So when we talk of embracing the modernization and having patient-centric development and manufacturing, transformative technology is the answer, as we have seen in these videos as well. So transition from reactive to proactive mode and proactive to predictive mode now is a today's concept for implementation, whole digitalization of the sites from the paperless activity. And therefore, there is one interesting article, just this is the last 1 or 2 slides. This is a very good publication which I liked in the newspaper, that this AI technology is helping now Japanese companies to understand the employee psychology. If any employee is not happy in the organization, then why not? What is happening, what is going on in the mind, they can make out before an employee speaks. Sometimes employees do not speak out of fear, security of the job, but HR will come to know in advance what is the problem and they must address it. The Japanese company owners are telling them, find out what is the problem, solve their problem, don't ask them to leave. So this is the biggest thing, and this is a newspaper, this is in last month only it was published. Researchers developed AI tool to predict resignation risk in the organization. It's very interesting. So, but there are challenges as well, no doubt. And everything, good technology, novel thing, transformative technologies is going to have always challenges, and important is knowledge and skill, very much important, and the ethics while implementing this technology. Because nowadays we are seeing a lot of issues in social media. Deepfake. The issues are too much. This is all happening because of AI itself. People are maneuvering the things. So ethics is very, very important for the industry for implementation. So this AI in pharma is paving way for patient-centric medicine. Thank you, my friends. Thank you very much. Uh, Thank you very much to IPA, IPC for inviting me for this session, and I appreciate very much. Feel free to communicate with me. Now I have to rush to the airport. I can be available for 2-3 minutes here outside before leaving.